the Southeast Europe area, where the economies are strongly characterized by intensive agriculture, some of the most serious problems are connected to extremely high water consumption for agricultural purposes, low efficient irrigation systems, and the pollution of water basins due to intensive use of fertilizers. The EU Water Project, financed by the European Union in the frame of the Southeast Europe Transnational Cooperation Programme, deals with all these concerns in 8 areas belonging to Italy, Hungary, Romania, Greece, Serbia and Croatia, Moldova and Ukraine. The final aim is to propose a transnational strategy for the sustainable water management in agriculture in order to rationalize the water used for agricultural purposes and to reduce the nitrate pollution in surface and groundwater tables. So, the objective of the Water Project are the development of decision support system and pilot action that can help policymakers, farmers and agronomists to take a wide decision about the mitigation of water dispersion and water pollution in agriculture. This is the frame of reference of the transnational capacity building that was organized by the province of Ferrara in July 2011, with the participation of the Agency for Rural Development of Istria in Croatia, the Institute for Agricultural Economics of Belgrade in Serbia, the National Polytechnic University of Odessa, and the Yaloveni Rayon Council in Moldova. The educational scope of the transnational capacity building was to transfer know-how, experiences and knowledge about water and environmental monitoring and best techniques for a precise and scientific-oriented agriculture, with a final aim of addressing a better, sustainable and income-generating agriculture. The training was organized with the cooperation of the University of Ferrara, one of the oldest universities of Italy, with an extremely important scientific background. After a preliminary evaluation on the partners' background and skills, the course provides training on the most critical aspects related to the use of GIS system to map the water-sprawl vulnerable zone. Then, the course focuses on sampling on aquifers in Cocomero di Cona, the site of the pilot action developed by the province of Ferrara in the frame of the EU Water Project. Hey guys, it's going!
One is collecting directly soil water content, electrical conductivity and temperature. So you can also have profiles of temperature in the unsaturated zone and in the groundwater. Talking about the lab activities that we have developed during the course, we should say that initially the participants that came from abroad, they have different preparation and different skills, so we have to homogenize all the skills and of the participant. So first of all, we have introduced our techniques that we use at Unifair, and then we have a discussion, a brief discussion about their techniques that they applied in each countries or each department, and we try to explain to all the participants how this technique can be applied into the field and what are the limits and future developments of each analytical techniques for soil sampling or chemical analysis, to have an overall representation, pictures of all the parameters that they need to include in the GIS mapping. We have an overview of all the physical parameters and chemical parameters that have to be measured and quantified both in the field and in the laboratory. So during the course, the participants learn how to specifically determine physical parameter of the aquifers or of the soil, or even chemical parameters, and the groundwater quality which methods are more suitable or less expensive, so cost effective, to characterize nitrogen problems due to agricultural lands. The main results of the laboratory activities has been to bring all the partners at the same level, and this will produce a feedback in the GIS mapping, because GIS mapping are based on analytical results, and in this case now we have the same level of skill for all partners.
Stiamo iniziando noi. Because, as you know, organic matter reduced bacteria lives in peaty soils. As regards GIS course, for first we checked the level of our friends coming from foreign countries in order to level the knowledge about GIS software. After that, we tried to work not only making lectures, not only to work with the theory of GIS software, but we tried to apply our knowledge of the software to work directly on the project of the countries in order to finish the course preparing the maps. After the first difficulties due to the different levels of the partners, we work in a very good way to obtain our goal, that was to making maps for EU Water project. As regards the results of capacity building training course, all the partners at the end of the week was able to work by themselves directly on each project and working directly on their maps. Maps that at the end of the week were ready to be downloaded on the website of the EU Water project. As GIS expert and member of the hydrogeologists group of Earth Science Department of Ferrara University, I'm very satisfied for the result obtained by each partners of the capacity building workshop, because in my opinion they come back home improving their level on GIS software. Website database, and everybody can see and download data for free from this agricultural database, and in my opinion these are good values. And it works.
Finally, the training focused on some laboratory analysis on some specific analysis, in particular the nitrate, to set up a scientific-based methodology for the nitrate submission in the brownfields. The most outstanding result of the transnational capacity building was the increased knowledge among 4 administrations that could now deliver some specific methodologies and practices to improve the overall governance in agriculture and water management.
The 2 microgram, I will never get. Great, I did it. Good job.